Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Abhayam Sattva Sansuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Dhanam Damascha Yajñascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyamakrodha Tyaga Shantira Paishunam Daya Bhuteshwalo Luptam Mardavam Hrira Chapalam Tejakshama Dhruti Shaucham Adroho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. As we are in the last Shatakam, means the last 6, as you know, Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 Shatakam, means Shatakam means 6 chapters. Sometimes we say that Tvam Pada Pradhanam, then comes Tat Pada Pradhanam, then Asi Pada Pradhanam. So predominantly Tvam Pada is being highlighted. What is Tvam? The individual, you. Tat means that, stands for the totality. And Asi means the relationship between Tvam and Tat Jagat. So as we are in this last Shatakam, especially we have seen in details how this 13, 14 and 15 were crucial chapters. And after this 13, 14 and 15 being crucial chapters, 16 and 17 mainly is highlighting about the values. So while talking of values, especially this 16th chapter tries to highlight that there are 2 types of people. We'll be seeing this verse, okay? Verse number 6 it will come. So that there are 2 types of people, which in Kathopanishad also was talked, Shreyascha Preyascha Dausam Paritya. So the same concept is being highlighted here in this chapter. That what are these 2 types of people? So one is called spiritual person, other one is called materialistic person. So that means in short, Daivi Sampada and Asura Sampada. So what do you mean by this spiritual and materialistic, Daivi and Asura? So when you say spiritual person, the one who is a spiritual value oriented person. You are very spiritual person, don't think the one who takes spirits, okay? Be very careful. So here is spiritual value oriented person is called spiritual person. Whereas other person who is called materialistic person, so there is one word is, missing, that is what same thing, material value oriented person. So the one who gives importance, the one who gives priority, the one who thinks that the spiritual growth is important for me. So that person is called spiritual person, spiritual oriented person, spiritual value oriented person. Whereas the one who thinks, look, materials are most important thing in my life. They are predominant. They play a big role in my life. They are everything in my life. So they are called materialistic people or materialistic value oriented people or materialistic oriented people, material oriented people. So in these three verses previously that we have seen, Lord Krishna elaborately has discussed about spiritual oriented people. So he thought, why not to bring little bit discuss about this materialistic people. So in this verse number 4, would like to talk in a very short way. So not extensively, not elaborately, as short as possible, because he wants to communicate something. Because later on, from verse number 77 to 21, he will continue elaborately who are called materialistic people. So as he highlights it in a shortest way, we also need to see as quick as possible, okay? So that when he elaborates, we'll elaborate, okay? So let us be very clear. Please read verse number 4. Dambho darpotimanasya krodha parushyameva cha ajnanam chabhijatasya partha sampadamasurim. Says, look, O Partha. So that means, says beautifully, that O Arjuna. The first one says, Dambha. So what is this Dambha? So Dambha means, we say, there are different meanings, different ways to look at. We can say pretension. So that means the one who actually identifies with role and identifying with the role or situation and depending upon that behaves accordingly. So that's why here he says the first one is, because I don't want to get into too much, because of Dambha. So that means I have something. Now I depend upon that. Now I want to exhibit that. But not directly, but very sophisticated way. That's why I start, pretending. Like, the best example is a very good example. When you are eating together, suppose there is a payasam is being served and you want payasam, but you don't feel like directly asking. So what you say? He wants. You will shout, please, 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 he wants payasam. That fellow will say, no, 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 no. Please, please. Then after that it comes, please put it here. So how nicely they highlight it here. So here is that first is Dambha. Then because of Dambha comes arrogance. So arrogance means, please understand, when you have Dambha. Why Dambha? Because of your wealth, because of your power, position, status, because you depend upon something, family, your beauty, your something. So when you have this Dambha, you pretend yourself that what you are not. Now, because of Dambha, automatically comes Darpa. So, Darpa means arrogance. So, when you are arrogant, what happens? Not only you put yourself in high pedestal, that is allowed. I don't have any issue, okay? You put yourself in a high pedestal. What is my problem? I don't have any problem. You be with you. But the problem is, not only you put yourself in high pedestal, you also start disrespecting others. Because by disrespecting others, looking down others, your superiority complex is maintained. So it is not only arrogance, also maintaining, struggling to maintain what? The superiority complex. It's a very complicated issue. Arrogance is not just mere expression. We think, oh, he is arrogant, she is arrogant. No, his arrogance is not a minimum, not ordinary thing. You can be arrogant, I don't have any problem. But the problem is you are struggling to maintain your arrogance. So how you struggle? The struggling is that how to look down others so that I should be respected. So that's why if I get any chance to look down others, to find out their mistakes, and in that area if I am little bit better, so what I do, I exhibit my efficiency, my expertise. And that is what arrogance. Suppose if I exhibit my expertise, my efficiency, nothing wrong in it. Because I am doing for something. No. I want to prove, this is the tendency in me, I want to prove that I am the best, I need to be accepted, I need to be respected, people must acknowledge me. And the best example is politicians, okay? So whenever, especially Indian politicians those days, okay, nowadays things have little bit changed, still it's continuing. Whether road is laid or not, there will be a stone-laid foundation. I don't understand what is that, okay? So there will be huge money they will spend to lay down the stone, okay? And I have seen in my eyes, nowadays also I see the same thing. Recently I saw one, sir. In inauguration time, one lady's photo was not there. After the inauguration in the morning, evening, that lady put the lock because her name was not there. Just name was not there, nothing else. One sarpanch of the head of the village, let us say, few villages, her name was not there in the board. That's all. After the morning inauguration was done, evening he put the lock, she'll put the lock. No. So this is a very funny thing, but this is the truth. But you are laughing at, you look at yourself. How many times you did not lock, but how did you do what you did, okay? First, you should be available, you should be visible. Available means you should be available in others' mind. So you should be visible. So now he says beautifully, so that means what? Now this darpaha, when it is there, then automatically from darpa comes atimanaha. Sorry, abhimana it should be, not atimana. Oh, there is a... 1 minute. 2 verses are coming differently. I have to see, check it. It should be, because one book is atimanaha, another book is abhimanaha. Okay? So we can take both. Absolute no problem. Yeah. So the book that we were studying, so that was atimana, abhimana also is okay. So atimanaha. So that the one who looks for respect, now what happens? So that person, you can see here atimanaha, or we say abhimana if you say vanity. So atimana means the one always who looks for respect. And the example was what? Duryodhana and Ravana. Both. So because of darpa and dambha, please understand. So wherever there is dambha and darpa, the person has to have atimana, has to be atimani, there is no choice. Or abhimani, no choice. Now when the person has these 3 qualities, let us say, so that means what? Mana means superiority complex, ati means in the extreme end. Okay? Mana means superiority complex. Ati means what? Again, in a extreme end, okay? Worse than anything in life. Now that person, what happens? Says, look, cannot keep quiet. So that means you can see Darpa and Atimana or Abhimana are two levels. So Darpa, the arrogance, that is expressed externally. So that is visible with the action, with the habit, with the talking and demanding. But Abhimana or Atimana in the level of thinking. So one is external, other one is internal. Then of course when the person is a Dambhi, Darpi, Atimani, there is no choice, has to be a Krodhi. So there has to be Krodha, anger. Neither you can help, nor I can help, nor anybody can help. So that's why next says what? That the person will have Krodha. So once there is a Krodha, there is anger. Because when people don't respect, when people don't accept, because the person expects everybody must accept me, whatever I say is right, when I say no, no, when I say yes, yes. So according to me, everything should happen. Now, if that continues, slowly what happens? The person will develop what? Called Parushyam. So Parushyam means the person becomes stubborn, the person becomes harsh, impolite, mannerless. You want to add some more words? You can add, okay? So rude, harsh, impolite, mannerless, animal lifestyle, moves with natural instinct, and which is being talked as called Prakuta Purusha. So that person is governed by Prakruti, one's own likes and dislikes. That's why from Prakuta Purusha one has to be Sanskruta Purusha. That is another topic. Now he says, look, because of this Parushyam, Evacha and also, then comes Ajnanam. So what is Ajnanam? So here Ajnanam means ignorance. Don't say ignorance that we are talking in Vedanta Shastra. No. Here ignorance with reference to Dharma Shastra. With reference to what is to be done, what is not to be done. Because the person completely moves with Raga and Dvesha. So when the person completely moves with Raga and Dvesha, so where is the time for him or her to understand Dharma Shastra? Because she looks at what? What is the need of Dharma Shastra? What I like, I must do. What I don't like, I need not do. If I am comfortable, I will do. If I am not comfortable, why should I waste my time? It's not worth. This is what now present generation. I don't feel comfortable. Why don't you want to do this thing? I am not comfortable. I am not okay. This is now new generation. I am not okay. Don't pressurize. So, what does it mean? So, what I like, let me do. What I don't like, let me not do. So, here is Ajnana, Dharma, Dharma, Ajnana Vidhi. Because later on it will come, when there is Dharma, Dharma, Ajnanam, verse number 7 we'll see. So, that's why the person will not know Prabhutim Nibrutim. So, this is the indication he gave it here, okay? Verse number 7 we'll talk in details. We'll see. Okay? Don't worry. So that's why he says, look, Abhijatasya Partha Sampadam Asuri. So the one who is born with this, definitely that person is a materialistic person. Now continuing. Daivi sampada vimokshaya. Daivi sampadi mokshaya. Nivandhaya surimata. Masucha sampadam daivim. Avijatosi pandava. Says, look, why I highlighted this point? Because suddenly Lord Krishna says, why I am bringing quickly this Asuri Sampada? Because I want to communicate something. After elaborating this Daivi Sampada, now little bit Asuri Sampada I hinted so that you are shaken up. Now you do not know what to do. First question comes, where do I belong to? So, am I belong to Asuri Sampada or Daivi Sampada? But I'll come to that. First he says very carefully, Arjuna, don't worry. Indirectly, you people don't worry. He says, look, Daivi Sampada is meant for moksha. So if anybody wants to be a free person, liberated person, happy person, has to develop Daivi Sampada. Has to give importance to Daivi Sampada. Spiritual oriented person, spiritual value oriented person. There is no choice for you. Whereas, he says, look, Nivandhaya Asuri Sampada iti. Whereas, if you have Asuri Sampada, so materialistic value oriented person, you don't have choice. You are stuck. You are bound. You are caught in the whirlpool of your likes and dislikes, preferences, mada, moha, all these things. So that means what? You have to be very clear and careful. So you need to see whether you are giving importance to Daivi Sampada or Asuri Sampada. For you, the material, we'll be seeing in details, don't worry. For you, all this, day-to-day life is more important. So your family, your children, your job, your house, being a Swami also, your ashram. So whether Bhandara to continue or not, okay. So that is important. Or that understanding myself, abiding with myself. So what is to be done or not to be done, that is important. So that one need to give importance all the time. Then he says, don't worry. Ma shuchaha, don't grieve, okay? Lord Krishna says to Arjuna, also I am telling here, don't worry, okay? Relax. Because interestingly, what happens? He Pandava, Asi Abhijataha. So you are born where? Daivim Sampadam iti. So you are born with Daivi Sampada. That's why you are attending class, don't worry. Here I would like to say also very carefully, please understand. There are two types of people. Sometimes it happens. Let us read the next verse so that he himself talks, so that I don't have to talk. Dau bhuta sargo lokesmin Daiva asura evacha Daivo vistarasa prokta Asuram parthame shrunu. He says, look, Dau di dvisankhyakou bhuta sargou bhutanam manushyanam sargou srushtou iti srujyate. Says, look, all over the world, not India or a particular continent, among all the human beings. Makes no difference. So all of them can be divided into two categories. So asmin loke, so in this world, what? So there are two types of people. So what are they? Says, look, one is Daivaha and other one is Evacha Asuraha, and the other one is Asuraha. But interestingly, Daivaha Vistarasaha Proktaha. So already I have discussed in details. So who are called Daivas? But don't worry. Now Asuram Parthame Shrunu. Please be alert. Be careful. So that keep your ears open, okay? Or at least pretend to keep it open. Because I am going to talk in details about Asura Sampada. The Sampada, that wealth, the wealth that you want to protect, whether it is going to protect you or destroy you, that you know better. Now when this is being talked, of course we'll pick up the next verse in the next class. But I would like to say here, people are born always with these two qualities. Some people are born in a materialistic world, means where only you think of money, power, position, with a lot of insecurities and whatnot. But the person who is born deep within is a Daivam. Start questioning what for all these things. Starts looking for the knowledge. So there we call them as called Guna Brahmanaha Guna Daivaiti. Whereas there are people who are born in a spiritualistic atmosphere. Everything is taken care of. Maybe the father or grandfather is a Jnani, but the fellow is only interested how to, have power, position, amass, wealth, whatnot. So there we call as what? By birth, you may be a Brahmana, but by guna, maybe, I don't want to say you are anything, you know better. Maybe Sudraha, who knows? So nowadays if you say this thing, so then somebody will say, look, they will file a case in India, okay? The sad part in India is now, you are black in color, I cannot call you as black. So if you are black in color, what is wrong in calling you as black? No, but when there is a benefit with reference to black people, that time you are in the queue first, okay? Anyway, let us not get into this India problem. So that's why here we say that guna to be developed. Based on your guna qualities, then karma comes. And when guna and karma both are respected, you will see a big difference in you. Or else, don't worry, by default, you will have what? Asura Sampada, or sometime what? Rakshasa Sampada. Don't forget that. Okay? So Rakshasa Sampada we are not discussing at all. So by default, If you are doing a fluctuating in between, at least you will have some asura sampada. Then if you don't take care of asura sampada properly, if there is nobody to hit you once in a while, then it will not take much time to become what? A rakshasa. More of it we will discuss. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.